Welcome to Master the Game. I am Juice, and tonight we are playing in the Swamplands of ThaCos game. Before we get started, I do want to go around, let everyone introduce themselves and their characters. I want to quickly also mention that Magonite, who was playing Kermit, is not here for this evening. Hopefully he'll be back in a couple weeks when we play again. He has some stuff to take care of. But with that, we'll start with Black Trunk. Introduce yourself and your character.
I am on mute, so that doesn't really help. I am Black Trunk, the Treant Warlock, and I do Treant Warlock things.
And you have an awesome YouTube channel at BN Drake that everyone should go for the Pulp Cthulhu recaps.
Yes, I need some more subscribers. I'm almost up to my age, so I would appreciate it. Thank you.
What, 24?
Nice. Next up is Serene.
Hi! I'm Josh. I'm playing Serene, and I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't have an OnlyFans. I don't even have friends.
Well, you have an OnlyFans account, but that's just to see other people's OnlyFans.
That's just watch. Yeah, that's not my own personal one, unfortunately.
But Josh, you can see him also on this channel. He plays in the Pulp Cthulhu game, and I'm sure in the future he'll play in many other games.
Most likely.
Next up is Thunk.
Yep, I'm Isiah. I play Thunk the Goblin. Yeah, that's about it. There's not much else. I just got engaged recently. Other than that,
Thunk is more interesting than just a goblin. I mean,
this is true. That's Thunk though, not me. If I was talking about me, I'm not that interested. But Thunk's pretty interesting.
Oh, whatever. You work at a body shop. That's pretty damn interesting for card.
Well, not anymore. I got fired like 3 months ago from that.
Anyways, so I am Juice. I am the DM. I also wanted to mention, if this is your first time here, for you guys to hit that subscribe button, give us a like. And if you guys at any point during this night want to purchase inspiration for these wonderful players, you can. We have a super chat menu up on the screen right now. $5 buys inspiration for a player of your choosing. $10 buy me inspiration to use against them. $20 buys 5 inspiration for the player or players of your choosing if you want to split it up. And $25 buys me 5 inspiration. 5 inspiration can be spent while at 0 hit points to bump them back up to 1 hit point back into the fight, or it can be spent for an automatic crit at any point during the session. If we reach $50 in the session tonight, the party will receive a bag of holding somehow. If we get to $100 during the session tonight, any magic item of the donator's choice, and 150 gets a second magic item of that donator's choice. So with that, let's just get in and have some fun. My internet is already unstable tonight, so just a little warning. Yeah. But last session, what happened last session, guys? Do you guys remember?
We had just linked up with our new homie Serene, and then began making our way towards the tower. And at which point, as we got engaged by some manner of very malicious plant life, which almost killed Kermit.
Now, I think we can all safely say that Black Trunk proved it wasn't malicious plant life; it was just misunderstood.
This is true.
That is very true. It was very misunderstood. It was more that like someone hacked at the plants right off the bat, and they lashed out back at him.
Is there an entrance here? I'll make my own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we made our way over to the tower and found that the door was magically locked by all the different schools of magic, which we managed to do all of them, but illusion. No one had the school of illusion spell.
That is true.
We ended up having to break the door down. I believe Serene and didn't Kermit also help with that? I
think so.
Yeah, you guys broke the door the rest of the way down, and then we were engaged by a statue just inside the door.
And you had to deal with a bunch of illusions then throughout the little tower, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a bunch of trippy stuff.
True. Kermit almost died again.
Yes.
That's true. The real reason he's not here tonight, he doesn't want to die.
I should not have said these edibles ain't shit, because that was a mistake.
Yeah, we then made our way up through the kooky tower, taking a lot longer than it probably should have because we were over analyzing certain situations, but it all ended up working out. We got to the top and found an old man laying on the ground who was clearly dazed and confused. Learned from him.
And actually, while you guys were outside, you had heard like a blast and saw.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like you heard a noise, like somebody was in pain.
Yeah.
Explodia.
Yeah.
Then after talking to him, found out that somehow he split his bad part of himself out of his good part of himself. Now he's two different people. And he took some kind of really important thing. Yeah. Yeah, took his spellbook and jacked a really important thing called a wolf's heart or something like that.
Yep.
Thunk's really not too sure. It sounds like it might be edible, so you know, it sounds like it might be a tasty treat.
Yep. He then proceeded to teach you a new spell, I think.
Yeah.
Gave Kermit a sword.
Yep.
Yep.
And did he do something else for the other two of you? I don't recall.
I don't think so. I don't think he did anything for me.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. But now you have the sword, so you win. So
I have the power.
So then he led you guys out the next day. He let you take a long rest in some comfortable quarters, and led you guys out to which Black Trunk had told him to entertain the garden with him being gone. And then the door, once it closed, turned into a wall, and there was seemingly no door there anymore. With that, you guys did start to travel, and you were heading northwest towards Lakeland. When you were heading northwest towards Lakeland, Kermit told you guys that he needed to take some time to handle something personal in nature, and didn't say what it was, but said that he wouldn't need the sword for his journey, and he handed the sword off to Serene before making his way straight north. The map is currently on the screen, and he headed straight north between the scattered hills and Lakeland. You guys decided to set up camp after about a day's journey. In between the woods there and the scattered hills. It wasn't quite dark yet when you decided to do so, though. And that is where we will pick things up. In the distance, though, coming from the hills, you do see black puffs of smoke, possibly coming from some sort of a fire. But you can't see over the hills to see what that is right now. You probably still have an hour or so of daylight before it starts to mess with your vision a little bit. So what would you guys like to do?
Now, does this look like a campfire fire or a California fire?
Give me a nature check.
A nature check, okay. I am best at nature check. I am cleric. Oh my god, I might be best at nature check. I rolled a 19 plus 1, so that's 20.
You think it looks like some kind of a campfire. It does. It's not big enough to be a forest fire, and in fact, you don't see a ton of trees that direction. So,
I think someone else is camping over there.
Oh, what's it doing?
Camping, most likely.
Oh,
Do we wish to speak to them, or shall we just mind our own business?
well, I mean, it could be good. They might have food.
We also have food.
Well, yeah, but then if you eat other people's food, then you still have food.
that is sound logic.
That does sound like no questionable morally. Could also be an orc. Could also be an orc raiding party.
The orc thing isn't toast as good if you can get him off of him without dying.
That's the trick right there. You said it. The not dying part.
Sometimes if you're real quiet, you can sneak up and, just
Thunk,
kill one while it sleeps and take its fingers
Thunk,
and
do me a
toes.
favor. Look at
Oh.
me. Do I look like I sneak anywhere? In full
Oh.
chainmail?
Well, if you stopped rattling me so much.
Yeah, that's not really going to happen right now, especially with Kermit gone.
Yes.
About how far did the hills look? from us?
I would say probably 150 yards.
Oh, right. Want me to just go to the top and take a look and see what's there?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be back. No one die, okay?
So Serena's going by herself then to the top of the first hill?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Send the cleric out
Exactly.
alone. It'll be great. Yeah. I got
All
no
right.
problems with this.
How are you approaching?
Over the hill, and I'm just going to peek over it first, sneakily.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Ooh, with disadvantage. Well, it's not the worst. It's a 7.
So you try to kind of sneak up the hill. You're not quiet, but you're not extremely loud. I mean, you're pretty normal sounding, I guess. You do hear before you get to the top of the hill. You do hear some noise, a lot of chuckling and pretty like deep and pretty loud laughter. Give me a perception check.
Okay. I swear if this beats my passive, I'll be amazed because I have 22 passive perception. That's an 18 and 7, so that's a 25.
All right.
There you go.
So you can smell definitely meat is being cooked as you're approaching the top of this hill. You also pass by multiple boulders that actually help muffle the sound of you heading up here. And when you get to the top, there's actually a boulder that's like about 4 feet tall that you are able to kind of like in between that and some tall grass kind of peek down. When you look down, you see 2 very large, gluttonous creatures. They are cooking a couple. There's like a large fire, and over the fire, you see multiple deer carcasses being spun over the fire, which is actually letting off all the smoke. It's the wood underneath and that. You actually you can see what looks like 2 figures that seem to be tied back to back with a sack over them, just a few feet away from the fire as well. And the gluttonous creatures that are there, their back is to you at this moment.
Okay. Ham. I don't happen to have that spell, do I? No, of course I don't. That would be
And you
too
said you had a
easy.
20. You said you had a 20 something for perception, correct?
22 passive.
Okay. You definitely notice that the 2 creatures that have the sack over them are dwarves, by the way.
Oh. Does one of them have a nice rack?
It's hard to tell.
Okay, I thought so. Flat is justice after all. Bugging me sideways with a fish fork. Well, let's see. What type of tricksy things can I do? I can do a lot of tricksy things, actually. About how far away am I from them at this point?
At this point, you're probably about 90 feet away from the 2 large creatures.
Ah, perfect. I'm going to leave then.
Okay.
I do not have an... It's too far for me to make my play. So I'm going to sneak back down the mountain and go tell the other 2 what's up.
Okay.
So, guys,
Yeah.
there happen to be 2 dwarves tied up by 2 rather large creatures who are currently cooking deer. They might be the dwarves you're looking for. But there are 2 very large creatures guarding them who look rather nasty.
They look tough.
They look dummy thick.
Not the creatures, the deer. They look tough.
Again, they look dummy thick.
You said there's only 2?
There are 2 dwarves and 2 people who are holding them captive right now.
3 is more than 2.
It is. I think if we sneak up the hill, we might be able to create a distraction long enough to get the 2 dwarves out and hopefully avoid fighting whatever these things are for too long. Does that
I'd
work
be
for
able
everyone?
to sing a lullaby and put them to sleep.
I can also make them sleep.
Perhaps a very big lullaby with many words,
Magic lullaby.
with many hit dice.
We can also upcast magic lullaby.
Yes, but it's still not much. Well, perhaps I should, if we're going to do this, let me get us ready. Come here, everyone gather round within 30 feet of me. I'm going to cast Aid on us, so we all get 5 more permanent hit points for 8 hours.
Ooh.
Nice.
Me a pencil. Neat.
Because I really don't trust either of you surviving if we get touched.
Very true.
Okay, what spells do you 2 have?
Well, I can make it really hard for him to move. I can make a whole bunch of daggers cut the shit out of him. I can make a ball of fire that I move around.
I think making it difficult for them to move might be the best bet for the time being.
I can do that.
Well, how would they be able to get out of it? Would it be a feat of strength or dexterity?
It'd take him to kind of trudge through it.
Okay, so nothing.
It'd take a long while. It makes them slow.
Okay, if we do that, I can drop spiritual weapon on them and start pounding them with that. And what can you do, Black Trunk?
What do you need me to do?
Help kill 2 very large, dangerous-looking creatures with bad attitudes.
Well, I have abilities.
Do you have a specific set of skills?
Not really.
I thought as much. Just stay behind me then and do what you can.
Oh, never mind. It makes it. They have to. If they break free of it or avoid it, then it's really hard. They'll just walk on through. But if they don't, then they're stuck.
True, but they do look very large. Do you have
If
anything?
they're slow, it's good.
Yes, if they're slow, I think we can deal with it then. Okay, follow me. Move
Oh, no,
quietly.
I just realized it's also difficult to read.
Ah, perfect. Well then, let's go. Let's
So you-
sneak up the hill, everyone.
All right. So you guys are sneaking back up to the top of that hill, correct? Where you'll
Yeah.
be about 90 feet out.
As I'm going up the hill, I'm going to grab the shoulder of both of them, and I'm going to cast Bless on them both.
Okay.
What'd Dad do?
Before
For the next, you get an extra D4 on attack rolls or saving throws.
Yes. All right. So you get to the top of the hill. I'm not even going to require a check because, you know, the way the hill is, it probably masks the sound and everything. And they are pretty loud on the other side of the hill. You get to the top. So you all look down. You can see the 2 creatures he was talking about. They have like really thin hair. They look like humans, except they are really fat and tall. as Josh said before, dummy thick. They do look like dummies. And yeah, they are cooking deer. Actually, the deer is done. They are eating some deer now. They each are holding a whole deer and are biting into it with both of their hands. And there is still a whole other deer on the stick.
How far apart from each other are they?
About 10 feet, and they are about 90 feet away from you.
All right.
And there are boulders that pepper this hill that you could use for cover, to hide behind, to possibly, if you wanted to sneak closer, you could.
Thunk's going to try and sneak within 60 feet of him. He only needs to be 60 feet from him.
Okay.
I'm going to try and sneak up as well. I have to be within 60 feet.
So I'm assuming, you guys are going to attack. So let's go into initiative order now. I'm going to roll. You guys feel free to roll too.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Jesus is not here right now.
So does a natural 20 count as a natural 20, or do I add my negative?
So we will do the natural 20, and because you rolled a nat 20, you get the jump on him. It's a new thing I'm doing from now on.
I also got a nat 20 as well.
I got non-natural 20.
All right, so we're gonna go Serene, Black Trunk, and then Thunk, because I'm just assuming Serene has a better dex than Black Trunk. It's probably pretty close though.
I have 11.
Wow, that's impressive. Way better than mine.
See, there you go. I feel like when I looked at Black Trunk's character sheet, he had like one skill above a 10. I'm just saying. It was pretty bad. All right. So then Serene and Black Trunk, you get the jump on them. Serene, you can go first.
How far am I from them?
You are 90 feet. You said you wanted to sneak up, so give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Add advantage because you rolled a nat 20.
Well, then that's another nat 20. Oh my.
Wow. Okay.
This is the first time I've ever used this dice. I like it.
You are unseen. You are unheard. In fact, even Black Trunk does not hear you as you creep away. Are you just going up? Are you trying to use a boulder for cover, or are you just kind of moving further down?
I'm going within 60 feet. I don't want cover because I want them to focus on me as opposed to my two very squishy friends. Okay,
perfect. So I was going to say at that exact 60-foot mark, there is not a boulder, but just a little bit out from that, you could use a boulder.
Perfect. That's just the amount of space I need to cast Spiritual Weapon on these guys.
All right.
Surprise! Spiritual Weapon! And this giant sickle appears right next to them, and it's going to take a slice at the closest one.
It gets advantage because they do not see it.
It says... and I get the extra D4.
That's true, too.
18, 19 plus 8, so that is 27?
Hits.
At least something's working. And then 10 points of damage.
So this magical sickle slices through. Startled, this gigantic gluttonous thing just hacks, just spits his food out. And the amount of food that was in his mouth is probably half the size of Thunk. And he throws the deer down and stands up, and he's looking around, and he still does not see you, by the way, Serene, because he is looking the other direction. However, he does notice now the sickle that is floating in the air right next to him.
Can you give me a dex save as well?
Sure, he could do that.
Okay, that'd be nice.
He has a modified 1.
Okay, well that's a cantrip for 8 damage. A Sacred Flame then procs on him.
All right. All of a sudden, you see this radiant fire shoot up. How much damage does it take?
8.
All right. And the one right next to him, by the way, seeing this, kind of just laughs at him. Like, he's just like... And it is Black Trunk's turn.
Okay. I have seen what has happened. I'm trying to make sure I got all these spells, because in with a warlock. They're in all these weird places. I'm like, how do I have all these spells now? Okay, whatever.
Right.
But you okay? So Black Trunk is going to fire some like black water droplets and sticks and pieces of leaves and acorns, and that's Eldritch Blast. It's going to hit the one that just got hit with the sickle.
Don't
You
forget
get advantage.
D4.
It's on. Another natural 20.
You also
Aye.
get. Oh, nice.
Don't forget your
I
D4s.
rolled a D4 on that. So it's max damage plus
Yes.
a roll.
Yep.
Okay, so it'll be 16.
Wow. So you blast this guy. He's getting knocked around by the 3 spells that have now hit him. He still looks okay, but he's not happy. This does make the other guy next to him say, "Oh, I should probably help." And he does stand up from his crouched position. Is there anything else you would like to do, Black Trunk, on your turn, or no?
Just immediately stand still, hoping they
All right.
don't notice me.
It is now Thunk's turn.
All right, Thunk's gonna try and sneak forward to the edge of a boulder about 60 feet from him.
Okay.
And,
roll stealth.
That is still. Where did he go? There we are. Right, +3, so that's a 13.
Okay. You believe you move quietly to this boulder.
All right, and then he's
go ahead
gonna
and
like peek out around the edge and go out.
Sticks and icky make these guys all kinds of trippy.
And he throws out a big old glob of web as he casts the web spell. I need a dexterity saving throw from both of them.
Okay. One
DC
fails.
15.
They both fail.
All right, they are both restrained.
What does this web thing look like as it restrains? them?
It's this big old sticky mass of like slimy green looking spider webs in a
Alright.
20-foot radius around them. And I have the back edge of it is right at the edge of their heels, so they have to come through the most of it to get towards us.
Okay.
But they're currently restrained, and should they break free, it is still difficult terrain.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's it for Thunk's turn. He's going to hide back behind the rock, getting full cover.
All right. Sounds good. So you're able to do that. It is now their turn. Are they able to break free from being restrained at all, or how does that
I believe it's another save. They are restrained.
A strength check or something?
I'm reading it now. Yes, you must make a strength saving throw against the spell save DC.
And that would be their action to do so. The
Yes.
restrained condition. Let me pull that up real quick. I don't know if they're allowed to
Serene
actually.
Serene
do
never had
anything
to
other
use-
than that.
restrained. She has no restraint.
Restrained creature speed becomes 0. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Okay, so the one that has not been hit, he's just going to try and pull the web off because he's not really that angry.
Mhm.
That is a 12. What's your
DC
DC?
15.
All right, so he does not make it.
15.
Now the other one though is going to grab a boulder next to him. It is one of 2 boulders that is next to him. He is going to throw it at you at disadvantage. Does a 12 hit you?
14 AC. No, it does not.
All right. So it bounces off of the boulder you have gotten cover behind, because that would also add to your AC. And it actually cracks the boulder next to you right down the middle. And that is their turn. And it is now Serene's turn. This encounter is not shaping up to be in my favor right now.
Ooh, that's pretty bad. I do happen to have 30 feet of movement, so I can get closer to them.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and then have my bonus action spiritual weapon. It's going to whack the one that I've been whacking so
Okay.
far. assuming I can get a D4 out of my tray, face the Isiah.
You have advantage, by the
And
way,
it's a...
from the web.
Okay. Oh, yes, restrained. That's a lot better, actually, thank God. That is a 27 to hit,
Yep.
and that is for 13 points of damage.
Jeez.
I rolled an 8 for damage, and I plus 5.
So he is now bloodied. He is starting to bleed from where you continuously slash at him with this scythe. But yes, he still looks strong.
Okay.
And he's just like moving and trying to like get this web off of him now.
Give me another dex save.
And he's at, well, I rolled a nat 1, so if you want to just give me full damage plus 1 die roll.
Okay, so that's 8 plus 4, so 12 damage. So Sacred Flame. Yep.
All right, and the flame goes up on him. And that's radiant damage, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, so you are now 30 feet away from them. They do see you.
I want their attention on me.
Yep, you got it. It is now Black Trunk's turn, the tree at the top of the hill that nobody notices.
Right. Let's see here. So there's one. So one is caught in the webbing.
Both are. One just keeps getting hit. The other one is just covered in the webbing.
Okay. Let me use this. Let me check.
Oh, Thunk will yell out at this moment.
Should the webs just burn, it'll burn the shit out of them.
It's not real fire he's using. Serene's using radiant damage, not fire.
Oh no, I know that part. I'm just
Oh, you
saying
said you're
at
gonna
some
cast
point,
fire?
if they break free.
Oh,
If they break free, someone should cast fire on the webs.
Gotcha.
You're muted, Josh.
If any of us had the ability to cast fire.
I think
Are the webs
Thunk's the only one
flammable?
who can do. Yes, they
Yes.
are. And
Okay.
should they light on fire around the creature, any 5-foot cube of webs exposed to fire burns away in 1 round, dealing 2d4 fire damage to any creature that starts its turn there.
Okay, so the one that has not taken any damage, right?
Mhm.
Is there one that has taken any damage?
Yes.
I cast Hex on him.
Okay.
And Hex his strength. And then I blast the other one with Eldritch Blast.
Nice. So does that mean he's at disadvantage, or he has
Yeah.
a D4
Correct.
that takes away or something?
He's at
Disadvantage.
he's at disadvantage. Yeah.
So I don't know if this is going to make a difference. He already is at disadvantage, I think, because he's restrained. I could be wrong.
On saves being when you're restrained, I don't think you have disadvantage
Doesn't
because
cause
you're
that?
restrained.
Oh, then I
No.
messed up last time. Either way, he didn't make it though.
Yeah, it's just a straight strength
dex
check
saves.
when you're
Yeah,
restrained.
it's just dex saves.
Yeah,
Okay. I missed.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So he is hex then for his strength. Perfect. And you said Eldritch
He
Blast.
definitely has disadvantage.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I Hex him and then hit the other guy, and that is a total of 16 to hit.
Okay. And that's with
And he
advantage.
takes 8 damage. Oh, I didn't roll advantage. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's with advantage.
Okay.
Don't
Perfect.
forget your D4s.
I rolled a D4. Was that a hit or no?
Oh yeah, that hit.
8 damage. Okay.
All right, so you blast him. Again, he's furious. And it is now Thunk's turn. These guys are just they don't know what to do. This is uncharted territory for them. They have never been restrained in their life.
All right.
Well,
And
they
it's
just
obvious
never met
they don't know how to get it off.
They've just never met the right giant before.
Right.
All right. I will cast. Let's see. I gotta see what the range on Chill Touch is. Chill Touch is within range, so Thunk will peek out behind the rock, cast Chill Touch on the one that we've been beating on, and that is a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, and that is 1d8 necrotic damage. for 2 necrotic damage.
Yeah, you see this really small spot like start to turn black like frostbite.
It cannot regain hit points until the start of my next turn, though.
Okay.
In case it's a troll.
And he has a really
Gotcha.
embarrassing blackhead now, right
Yeah,
on his forehead.
he's just got like a ghostly hand gripping on like a big ass pimple on his forehead or something.
Nice. So the
Thou shalt
current,
never go to prom with me.
the hexed one is going to try and get out of the web. I rolled an 8, so that's not
DC
going to get it
15.
done. Yep, he didn't get it done. If it wasn't for that, though, I would have gotten out. If it wasn't for the hex. The other guy is going to try and get out now. And that is not going to be good enough either. So, yeah. All right. Well, that was fun. Serene. Gotta love combat where you don't get to do anything.
You're doing stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
you see these giant like creatures just like trying to pull the web off, but like instead of lifting up, they're like pulling it down and making it tighter on them.
Get
Get off of me!
Tiny trap! I think my spiritual weapon's going to attempt to whack the one who's not looking too hard.
You shorties
are
gonna get it. Yeah, hit him.
12 points of damage.
It's goddamn tight.
All right.
That's the 24 to hit. And 12
Yeah, that
points.
hits.
How's he looking?
He's looking
Okay,
rough,
and-
but he's still fine.
Okay, and the one who we haven't hit yet, I'm going to cast a Guiding Bolt on it.
Okay.
Okay. And that's a natural 20 to hit it, because why the hell wouldn't I roll another natural
Nice.
goddamn 20? So that would be... That's normally 46 points of damage.
So it would be
So that's
24 plus
20.
46.
Plus 46, so that's another 2, 3, 4, 5. Very interesting. So 14 more points of damage.
So okay, so that's 34, 38 points.
And let me double check how this works. The next attack roll made against this creature before the end of my next turn has advantage. Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
Which technically they
that
already
will-
do.
Yes. Just to make sure, in case they escape. That will end my turn then.
Okay. We're buffering. Love it. All right. Anyways, it is now Black Trunk's turn.
Okay. Does Thunk go after me? Does he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to target the one who I hexed.
Okay.
Do we have advantage?
Yes.
Okay. With
Because they are
Blast.
restrained.
All right, with Eldritch Blast. All right, that's 15, 18. That's plus. Okay, that's definitely a hit. I didn't roll a natural 20. So he will take 4 force damage and then 4 more necrotic damage from the hex. So 8 total.
Oh, you're hitting the other one now.
Yep, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't realize that you can actually move them with a bonus action. I thought they stayed on them. So,
Yep.
my bad. Oh well.
Oh well.
Gotcha. So you're which one are you hitting? I'm sorry. You left the hex on the one, or did you move?
I'm hitting the one. No, I didn't move the hex. I attacked that one this time.
Gotcha. Okay. Got it. All right. It is now Thunk's turn.
All right. Thunk is going to cast Ray of Sickness on the one that is not hexed. So the one that we've been beating on.
Okay.
And that is with advantage for 17 to hit.
Hits.
All right. And that is 2d8 necrotic damage. And I need a constitution saving throw. Otherwise, he gets poisoned.
Oh. Well, I rolled a nat
That's 4
20.
damage. Oh.
So how much
that's
total
4 damage.
4? Okay.
He's
He's still
used to eating
looking
crappy food.
He's still like, so they're bleeding a little bit, but it's not like, or he's bleeding a bit, but he doesn't look like he's going to drop in the next hit or anything. Just so you know.
Maybe the next 2 hits, but
Maybe. So he is going to try and I'm going to do the hex first, trying to beat a DC 15 strength.
Yep.
And that is perfect. I rolled a 19 and a 10 plus his strength gets him out of it. So he busts out of it. This is the hexed one. He is going to move over to Serene. And he can't do anything. He has no action left. So he will just be over there. The other one is going to try and bust out. And he busts out. That is exactly a 15. And he will also move over to Serene. So both of them now are right next to Serene. And it is Serene's turn.
sup, bitches? Okay.
You're gonna pay for this! And they are holding great clubs, by the way, that they picked up.
I've seen better clubs than that. That's not that great. Okay, then. I thought it was difficult terrain, so they'd actually only get half of it. Okay.
It's only 20 foot of difficult terrain, unfortunately. So I think we'd still be within melee if you were standing at the edge.
Well, I was 30 feet away from them. That's fine. Okay, then. Let us bring my mighty spiritual weapon up behind them. Because they look like they want to have fun with it. They like it. I'm going to attack the one that I've been beating on the most.
Okay.
That is 15 plus 4 plus 8, so 27.
Hits.
And that is for 7 and 5, so 12 points of force damage.
He does start to stagger. He's looking rough. His face is beginning to look a little more pale. Lack of blood flow, maybe. And blood is just dripping from all the spots he's been hit at this point.
Okay, I'm going to pull out that silvered sword now.
Okay.
And I would like to whack him with it.
Okay.
Good thing I have that. So that is 17 to hit.
Hits.
And that is 6 plus 2, because it's strength. So that's 8 points of damage.
That is just enough to drop him.
Okay, so you see her come up and she's got the shield in one hand and she's like, how do you use this thing? Waving around the longsword because she has no idea.
Yes. Okay. And so he tumbles and starts rolling down the hill behind you. It is now Black Trunk's turn.
Okay, I see the hexed one is moving again,
Yep.
and I blast him with Eldritch Blast. And I don't think that's going to be it. We don't have an advantage, do we?
Did you remember your D4?
No.
I did.
No.
10 total, yeah.
Misses.
Yep.
All right, Thunk. The one has gotten loose. They did struggle to move out of the difficult terrain. However, their 40-foot movement did allow them to get out of that space and get over to Serene.
Thunk is going to drop concentration on Web and cast Cloud of Daggers centered on the one that is still attacking Serene.
Okay.
And so with
that doesn't hurt Serene, right?
No, as long as I keep it at the back side of him, because it's only a 5 foot cube. As long as I keep it so she's not within the 5 foot cube, it's fine.
Okay.
All right, and a creature takes 4d4 slashing damage when it enters a spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So as soon as it starts its turn, it'll take 4d4 slashing damage.
All right.
And that's the end of Thunk's turn.
All right, roll that 4d4.
All right. And that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of slashing damage.
Jeez. So you see this blender of swords and daggers start swirling around this giant. As it starts to get cut up, you hear it start to scream and cover its face. And he does pivot out of it around Serene a little bit, not leaving her attack range. And he will now attack Serene at disadvantage because of the hex, because it's technically a strength deal. And does a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. All right, well... Oh, but he... Wait, I forgot. They get 2 attacks! Mother trucker. I've been not doing any attacks with them because they've been stuck in a stupid web, so, you know. Okay, does a 15 hit you?
No.
All right, so misses with both of his attacks.
I don't think he has disadvantage on attacks. It's just ability checks made with that chosen ability.
Ooh. Okay. Does a 19 hit you then, Serene?
Ooh. Reroll. That does hit.
That does hit. Well, that is music to my ears. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, so you take 17 points of damage as this great club smacks you upside the head.
Concentrate. Oh, I passed my concentration check. That's good with the 16.
All right.
Oh, I have advantage.
It is now Serene's turn.
Being slightly perturbed after being hit so badly.
Oh, and he is bloodied now, by the way.
Oh, that's nice. Isn't that nice? Okay, yeah. Let's start off by having the spiritual weapon move closer, and the sickle slices with a 14 plus 4 plus 8. So
hits.
Yes. For 7 and 5, which is 12 points of force damage.
Okay.
And a question mark. How's he looking?
Still pretty good.
Still pretty good. Drop concentration on bless and give me a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Ooh.
16 on the die, but okay, so 14.
Oh, great. DC was 16. So now he is Bane, so he subtracts a D4 from saving throws and attack rolls.
Okay, so he's baned.
Yes.
You drop bless.
Yeah.
Okay.
More important to survive. And that will end my turn.
All right. Black Trunk. No D4 to help you now.
Okay.
Oh.
So, is he within 60 feet?
Yes.
Yeah.
I turn his way and say, why don't you make like your friend and just roll away? And I vicious mockery him. Wisdom save.
It's the best we got.
All right. Wisdom save. I think I got a 10.
He does have a +8 to his wisdom, though.
That is a 10. Yep, I got a 10. No, it was 11 on the
he's
die.
baned.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So even less.
Oh, what's my DC now?
I have a feeling it's above 10.
Minimum a 9.
I hope so.
I'm not even going to roll the D4 because it was a 9 for me, at least.
Okay.
Don't forget your D4s!
So the spell DC is 8 plus your proficiency plus your modifier.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 13. All right. So he failed. So he will take 4 psychic damage and 2 necrotic because he's still hexed.
Nice.
So 6 total.
All right.
And he has disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, Thunk.
Thunk is going to pull out some brimstone, a little bit of iron dust, and a tallow candle and mash it all together out of his component's pouch and cast Flaming Sphere on him and ram that sphere right into the side of him.
Okay.
I believe he just straight up takes 2d6 fire. I know. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Don't forget your D4s.
Yes, minus your d4, sir.
So that is an 8 because of the D4.
Yeah, that is a fail. So you are taking a full 2d6 fire damage for 6 fire damage.
All right. So this flame just blasts across the side of him, and you can see it dissipate after it hits him.
Oh no, the flaming sphere stays. Like it, I can ram it into him again on my turn
So it's like
as
this
a bonus action.
floating ball of fire next to him.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
All right. So I will. Well, luckily that didn't count because I was not actively trying to roll that because that would have been a nat 20. All right. D4
okay, you
and a
have
20 on the
disadvantage.
first attack. Oh, I have
And
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Yeah. You
Oh
have
yeah,
disadvantage
'cause
on- yeah.
on both of his attacks or just the first
Just one.
Just one.
Okay. Well, that's double 12s. Minus 3 is 9 plus his mod. That's 14.
I only have 18.
Okay, so he misses you.
Yes.
All right, the next one, without disadvantage, but with that D4.
A D4!
The D4.
D4!
Okay,
Now
that
he's
is
got
even
D4,
less.
man.
So he misses with both of his attacks. He then, looking at you guys who have just been raining down on him, realizing he can't hit you, you can see the look of defeat on his face. He proceeds to run 40 feet the other direction towards hills. You get an attack of opportunity, Serene.
Ooh. Might be able to do something exciting with this too. I can. I have Warcast, and my attack of opportunity can be a spell.
Ooh.
Ooh. Let's see how he likes a guiding bolt to the butt. 13 plus 8 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, and then I need all my d6s in the world. Only 4 of them on mine. And that is for 6, 5, 3, 4. That's 10, 18 points of damage, and we have advantage on the next attack against him.
Oh, nice.
Nice. How many points of damage? 18, you said?
18, yes.
Okay.
Stop running, Fattle.
All right, so you blast him, and all of a sudden you guys can see this like shimmer from this bolt that has blasted him. He is now 100 feet away from you, Black Trunk. He is about 70 feet from you, Thunk. And it is Serene's turn. He is 40 feet away from you.
Oh, thank God.
He was right next to you before, so.
Yes.
And as he ran, you could feel the ground shake. All of you could. Doom, doom, doom.
Don't think about the vibrating. Don't think about it. Yes. Well, give me a dex save.
Okay. With the D4.
With your D4.
I failed.
Yeah, the D4.
Take 6 points of Sacred Flame Radiant damage.
All right. Whew.
And then there's just me running after him. No,
All right.
I'm going to run right up to him.
Oh, do you have 40 feet of movement?
I have 30 feet, and then I'm going to use my action to dash. So I'm going to be right next to him.
because that was a bonus action?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know Sacred Flame was a bonus action.
Oh, no, wait, never mind. Shoot, I forgot.
You're
Nope,
10
I
feet
can't-
away then. Okay.
Yeah, I'm 10 feet away. Yep. Get
All
back here, you coward!
Black Trunk, it's your turn.
I mean, he is retreating, running away.
He's not really retreating. Look at his eyes.
He can't. He can only see his back.
Those are the eyes of a killer.
All right. I will hit him with Eldritch Blast again.
Okay.
He's still hexed, right? Yeah,
Yep.
still hexed. 10 plus 5, 15 to hit.
Hits. Their AC is 13.
6 damage.
You blast him. He stumbles, but he stays on his feet.
And you gave
is.
yourself advantage with that, right?
Did I have advantage?
Yeah, guiding
Because of
bolt.
guiding bolt, yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, I just rolled a natural 20.
Ah,
Damn.
Okay,
So-
well, you can roll damage or you can just narrate how you kill him because he had 1 hit point. After your
Okay. So as Black Trunk contemplates whether to kill this a giant who is retreating, clearly running away, but decides that it's probably best for all involved that he die. Because obviously he was eating these deers and not sharing with everyone. You see this these black droplets of water and branches and acorns that whirl around him. He fires an Eldritch Blast, and it strikes him, and he just kind of like crashes to the ground, and it's like the water and everything like goes into his mouth, and he starts to gasp, and then he's dead.
Chantia cares not from whence the blood flows.
I just had a funny thought. Does like a sapling sprout out of the back of his head?
When he was running through, and then after he fell, you just see him go sliding across the ground, and this mound of dirt, like he kind of burrows himself in as well. And yeah, we are out of combat now. So you see the fire still going. There is a deer above it. There are 2 deer that have been dropped on the ground, half eaten already. You see 2 people of some sort underneath a sack. You can't make out gender or anything. You do know they're probably dwarves based on their size.
Let's go see if these are the guys you've been looking for.
While they're doing that, how big are the toes on these things that we just killed? Like, is a toe the size of Thunk's head? Like,
almost. Toes. These are hill giants. So.
Yeah, so Thunk's got his dagger and he's just sawing one of the toes off. Just
fingers on toes, fingers on toes, my streets, fingers on toes.
Oh, it's games like this that make.
He's just happily singing along as he's cutting a toe off to stick on a stick and roast over the fire.
Nice.
Even though there's cooked deers there, it's just more food.
Love it.
I'm gonna go up to the dwarves or the people.
Yeah. So as you get closer, you can see the boots that they are both wearing look really worn out and dirty. Look like maybe at times they've been dragged across, maybe some rough ground and things like that. Basically, the clothes that you can see are in rough shape. I'm assuming you lift the sack off.
Yes, I'd like to grab their sacks.
So as you lift it, it is a male and a female. You probably infer these are the 2 you are looking for. The female especially looks really rough, very dirty. Looks like she has not seen a bath in months. The male, while he's also looking very dirty, not quite as rough of shape. However, his arm does appear to be bending in an awkward way. It looks like it's probably either broken or separated. They're bleeding. They look rough.
Okay, well, Chantia does not care from whence the blood flows, so I'm going to ask them. Let me guess. Krabad, Flint Dweller, and Hasid Rensblade?
Hasida Runeblade, yes.
Hasida, that's it.
Yeah, I'm Krarbad. Oh, they were gonna put us to work as slaves at their camp.
Oh, they won't anymore. We were told to come and find you both.
Well, I'm glad you found us. We were in the woods. I found her. She had gotten hurt, and she had been there for some time when I found her.
You want some toe?
No toe.
Are they tied up or anything?
Yeah, they're tied up.
I'm gonna deal with that problem first.
Okay. Yeah, when you cut them free, you can see Krarbad's able to walk and stand just fine, other than his arm being really messed up and swollen and black and blue. The female, Hasida, she is unable to stand. Looks like she is unable to put any weight on one of her legs.
Now you two stand close to me, okay? Or stay close to me. And I'm going to put my hand on each of them, and I'm going to cast Prayer of Healing. So we all get HP back, because I am desperate.
Awesome.
So that's let's see. Prayer of Healing is 2d8 plus 9 damage because I'm a life cleric.
Ooh.
So they're on like this hill, top of a hill.
They're in between at the bottom of like.
Oh, at the
between
bottom.
two. Yep.
And one rolled away.
Yeah. So the way it was, you guys went up to the top of a hill. You were looking down into like the valley between two.
Okay.
When you killed the first guy, he rolled back down into the hill. The other one was running up the other hill, getting away from you guys when you blasted him, and now they are both in the bottom of this. In between the two. Also.
How close to the fire are they?
Not very. Probably like 20 feet away.
Ooh, that's kind of close though.
I'll give us all 19 HP.
Is this day or night? I forgot.
It was approaching nighttime. It is probably dark now at this point. So when you do the prayer of healing, she is all of a sudden able to walk again, and his arm is still all bruised. However, he is able to move it now.
Okay, good. Feeling a bit better, you two?
Much better. Thank you so much, sir. Or I mean,
Excellent.
ma'am. Sorry.
It's ma'am.
Sorry, your beard threw me off.
It does that.
I know Hasida here has a beard as well, but hers is not as prominent as yours, Serene. No.
Here, let me get some light on the situation. I'm going to cast a light cantrip on my shield so we can see. Or so I can see, because I think I'm the only one who can't.
No, the fire at the deer are cooking over. It lights up the area a little bit.
I believe my friends here were told to find you, and I'll point to the giant tree and the goblin.
Oh,
That's a tree and a what? You travel with strange folks.
you sure they don't want to?
No, I'll take deer. I like venison.
I think we can do that.
Not much. It's been a while since I've had a full stomach, and I'm afraid if I overeat, I will get sick.
Take your time.
They both come and sit by the fire.
I'd like to start searching the camp.
Mm-hmm.
And can I spend 10 minutes to cast a ritual spell called Detect Magic?
Yep.
Okay. I don't expect to find
Nothing
anything.
seems to glow magically.
Okay, just making sure there's no threats or anything.
Yeah, Thunk's gonna spend as long as we're staying here cooking toe. So he'll just keep cooking toe until he's probably got like 20 pounds of it to stick in his backpack for later.
Easily. There you go. The toe by itself was definitely like 20 pounds.
Oh yeah.
So you have this big toe with a nasty fungus-ridden toenail.
I'm picturing like just the edge of the toenail is just sticking right out of the back of Thunk's backpack.
Oh, for
You just
sure.
see this nasty fungus
And it's
toenail.
a gross, like yellowish brown toenail with it's like splitting in spots because Yep.
I'm going to stay at
It
least 20
stinks.
feet away from the fire at all times.
Okay.
And I'm going to check the bodies of
Yep.
the giants to see if they had anything on them.
So they did have belts and pants.
Okay, so
They
I mean,
had
like,
nothing valuable. Great clubs. And that's about it.
are those the gloves, the belts and pants? These are like organic stuff. That's gonna.
Yeah.
There's nothing like weird. Okay.
Leather, probably.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
Vegan leather.
Very crude metal belt clasps. Made with not very delicate hands.
Okay. I will. Let's see, it's kind of nice. So I'm going to take a quick look to see if I notice any animals around.
You have dark vision, right?
Dark vision too.
He has Ent Vision. Like WandaVision, but better.
That's a good question. Do I have dark vision? Yes, I have devil sight.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, because of the warlock. So you can see pretty well through the dark. It does not seem like there are any animals around at this time.
Okay.
The grass is about 2 feet tall. There's not really any trees or anything nearby, just occasional boulders. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Thunk's gonna cut him a sizable chunk of fabric out of one of these dudes' pants so he can make himself his own little personal tent.
It's probably big enough. So you're making a thunk-sized tent?
Yeah, I'm just taking like a part of a pant leg so I
Yep.
can just make like a Thunk-sized little tube tent.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and these great clubs are small tree trunk size clubs. In fact, they're about half the size of your friend Black Trunk.
And then Black Trunk suddenly doesn't feel so bad about killing them as they retreated.
Could we attach these to Black Trunk as like stilts so he's taller?
I mean, you'd have to
More
make
leg?
some kind of a crafting check.
Okay.
Are you guys carpenters by trade?
Well, actually, no. I can barely even cleric.
Thunk's happy
so
as pig and slop.
Yeah, once I go through that, I'm going to make sure that the bodies are set up so that the whatever animals come can feast on them.
Set up the body so it looks like a suicide.
You do see nearby, clearly too small for the giants to use, but you do see a battle axe. And upon seeing it, you also see Krarbad recognize it and go, "That's where it is." And he picks up his battle axe and starts wielding it.
Well, we should probably worry about getting you two back home then.
That would be great.
Indeed. How far is the lake place from where we are
So right now, you're probably a good day or so out from the lake, from Lakeland. You're probably 3 days northwest of Havlo. There's no direct trail to either place because you're not on any roads or near any roads.
Okay, well, we have to go to Lakeland first anyway, so let's go there, and then we can take you back after we finish our business there.
If you get us to Lakeland, we can probably get ourselves back to Havlo.
Okay.
Krarbad tells you. Was there some sort of a reward or something you were needing?
I actually don't know, but my two friends probably are well aware of the reward.
There's a reward.
Do you know how much it was?
Thunk's just like looking down and thinks,
One, and one, and one, and one, and one.
and he just keeps going.
More than I have fingers and toes.
I think it was 200 gold or something like that. I don't remember.
That's a lot.
My character doesn't know, but Josh kind of remembers.
I will be sure to let them know that you helped us, Thunk and Black Trunk and Serene, correct?
Correct.
Yes, we will. We'll be sure to let them know that you three helped us. Are you guys going to be back to Havlo anytime soon?
After
Probably in a few days.
A few days.
After we get some gilweed.
Okay. Yeah, I have family in Lakeland, so we should be okay there. It is a little dangerous there. It's not the most peaceful small town, but we'll be fine, and we can get someone to escort us back to Havlo.
Very good then. Well, we'll head to Lakeland in the morning. For now, let us get some rest. Who would like to take first watch?
I offer them some water. They need to fill up any kind of water skins.
Oh yes, they don't have a wineskin on them. They said that these creatures left their supplies back in the woods where they were found.
How were you discovered by these creatures?
Well, I found Hasida. She had been attacked by wolves. She was badly injured in the woods, and I was just there with her. She was unable to move well, so we had set up a camp, and I was trying to help her get back on her feet. And then evening, we were attacked by these two things. They grabbed me by the arm and threw me at a tree. I was unable to fight back after that.
I can understand. Where was this exactly?
East of Wolfheart Tower.
Okay.
That's where we got attacked by wolves.
Yes, there are a lot of wolves in the woods around these parts.
They're nasty.
Oh, they're gruesome.
Deadly even.
Yes. Hasida was able to fend off the wolves for herself, but not for long. It appears that her bow and her short sword are gone at this time.
Was there anything special about these items to her?
I don't believe so. She can probably get more.
All right, then. Well,
You sure you don't want to leave tower?
Oh, I'm sure. I am very sure. The thing
It's
smells. It smells terrible.
So if they need any water or they want to clean up or whatever, I have the decanter of endless water. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, they definitely take you up on that, and they clean up, and
Yep.
they look completely different once they clean up. Their clothes still look like crap, but they look a lot better now. They thank you, and they tell you it's just going to be nice sleeping without being tied in a seated position. You can
I
see.
tried that one time. It wasn't fun.
No, it's not. And they curl up next to what is left of the fire, and they fall asleep almost immediately, seemingly feeling safe at the moment.
I'll put my blanket on them.
Green toes and Tommy no hands tied me up one time to a post for 2 days. They thought it was funny.
You have some very strange friends, Thunk.
You should have gave
I
him a moldy
wouldn't call
loaf of
them
bread.
friends. It was just, no, you don't give bread to non-bread friends.
Well, who would like to take first watch for the evening?
I'm in my tent.
Okay. I'll take first watch. That's an idea. Have the human who doesn't have dark vision take first watch. This will go great, I'm sure.
Does Black Trunk even have to sleep?
I
I don't even think you have to sleep.
no, it's kind of like I go in like a meditative state.
Yeah.
Black Trump gets pissed on by the dog.
By a wolf.
The wolf.
Yeah, dangerous wolf.
There's a wolf, Black Trump.
It's a white wolf, so that means it's older.
It's the Witcher. It's the white wolf.
Okay, so we'll just assume you guys are doing watches, whatever.
Okay.
Now the night seems to pass without anything notable happening. In the morning when you wake up, the dwarves are awake. They seem very happy. They even are singing songs. And they are already cooking breakfast. They seemingly found a frog that they caught, and they are cooking it up. And when Thunk does finally wake up, they let him know quickly that he can have some frog. They cooked it specially for him.
Axels is good.
Meanwhile, they continue to eat deer.
It's kind of hard sometimes when you eat one and they try to hop out of your gut.
That's why you use a
That's
rock
if you don't
first.
kill them first. Whatever it is, when you have other goblins trying to eat the same frog, you gotta snatch the frog and just throw it down before the other goblins take it. I once saw one frog get eaten by 4 different goblins.
Wait, one frog got swallowed by 4 different goblins?
Yeah, they hopped back out 4 times. Whole tribe was chasing them.
Wow, that's like making out with 4 different goblins. Is that normal between you guys?
Oh, it was a tasty frog.
No, I just picture a frog sitting on a couch with 4 goblins behind it.
All right.
I am searching the sky. Well, I'll take a quick look around to see if there's any animals, but I'm searching the skies for birds, most notably vultures,
Oh.
because there's been a body laying here overnight, and it could be smelling at this point. Oh hell, Thunk's with me, so he probably smells.
I tell you what, roll a d20 on a 19 or 20, you spot vultures or crows.
Don't forget your D4s!
No d4s.
No, I don't. I guess I don't see any.
All right. Yeah, no animals. So
Okay.
the morning you guys pack up, you start moving out to Lakeland. You're traveling all day. You pass by the woods to your west, the hills to your east, and you end up getting close to Lakeland. So as you guys are approaching, though, the dwarf begins to tell you, he tells you all about this, what he knows about this place. Lakeland sits on Four Isles Lake. He tells you that the gill flowers can be found in a couple different places that he knows of. He tells you that the northern island in the middle of the lake tends to have some around that. And he tells you that there's some ruins. There's a few different ruins on the west and the northwest side of this lake. But he tells you that on the northwestern side of the lake specifically, there are some ruins that have like a pond at them that is known for having a lot of gillflower there as well. He doesn't know much about like the dangers of those areas. He's never gone there, but he's heard that there's all sorts of monsters and creatures all around the lake. And that is why when you get to Lakeland, it is so heavily guarded and things like that.
Will it have a canoe?
Oh, somebody will probably have a canoe or some sort of boats, but yeah.
Okay.
I
How
haven't
deep-
been to Lakeland since I was a small child.
How deep is it?
The southeast side of the lake near Lakeland is a little deeper than the rest. I've heard that the northwest side of the lake is very shallow, just no more than like 4 feet in the deepest parts. But from the middle of the lake towards the southeast side of the lake, it would be over your head, Black Trunk.
How does his arm look?
It looks a lot better. It's now just a subtle bruise thanks to your healing.
Can I remove the bruising?
Yeah, with more healing.
I have plenty of healing now. I took a long rest. Ha-ha!
Yeah, you are able to remove all of that. He tells you he owes you big for all the help you've given him.
Don't thank me. Thank Chantia. And I'd like to then proselytize to him for a while about the greatness of my goddess.
He tells you he appreciates it, and he does tell you under normal circumstances he would never let someone preach to him this long, but because you guys saved his life and all of this, he will let you continue to do so. However, he will never abandon his dwarven gods.
There are no gods. There is only the blood that flows.
So you get to what is a walled city. The wall is about 15 feet high. There is a gate, a portcullis, if you will, that you can see through into the little town. There are a few guards up top, and as you approach, they do open the portcullis. They look at Thunk and Black Trunk a little bit confused, but seeing 2 dwarves and Serene, they ease up a little bit and let you guys enter the town. When you enter, again, it is very small. You can see the whole town. You're kind of on a hill, and it kind of slopes down towards the water. You can see the tops of all the different buildings. If you were guessing, there's probably less than 200 people that live here. And you would assume maybe a quarter of them are guards of some sort. You see a couple docks on the the northwestern side of this town on the water. And you can see clearly a couple islands out on the lake. It's a pretty large lake. You cannot see the other side of the lake. You do know, though, from talking to the dwarf, there are 4 islands in the middle of this lake. You only see 2 of them from here. You can see, again, lots of housing, but you can see a tavern and inn that is on kind of in the center of town, but it's more like closer to the docks area. And there is a wall, another wall, before you get to the docks as well. So it's almost like the docks are located outside of another wall with another gate and more guards there. On the ends of the docks, you also see ballista on the end of each dock. Very large ballista.
What's this big crossbow-looking thing?
That's a lot of firepower for just some minor threats. I have a few questions to ask the gods here.
There's a big crossbow.
Now, do these looks that we get, that Thunk and I get, so they kind of give us quizzical looks? Like,
Yes. They're surprised to see you guys.
okay. So it's probably not, it couldn't be as a result of, they couldn't be dehydrated, right? It couldn't be a result of dehydration.
No, it does not appear as
Okay, because I would gladly offer them some water if necessary.
If you offer them water, they are they actually smile at you and say no, thank you.
Because I think I did keep a cup from the tower.
Yes.
So I will pour up
That's
a cup, and as I'm walking, lumbering through the town, and reach out my branch with a cup of water, see if anyone will take it.
No, nobody seems to take it. They're all pretty nice to you. But you do definitely catch their attention.
What time of day is it?
So it is probably. So let's see. You slapped it in chat. So it's probably dinner time.
Okay. Well, we should find some place to stay for the evening.
Krarbad says, yeah, the inn has some pretty good crawfish. If you guys want to stay there, he tells you he's going to go stay with family. He's going to go see his uncle. And he's going to take Hasita with him.
You mean the crunchy fish?
Yeah, they got like claws.
Yeah, they're crunchy.
Yeah, they make them really spicy.
Oh.
You'll love them. You could even have their crawdad soup.
Oh. Sounds good.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, Thunk. You will love it.
Thunk's like pulling on the side of Serene's tunic.
You go get crunchy fish?
Sure, we can get you some crunchy fish.
Oh.
Let's go to the inn. Black Trunk, would you like to come with us?
Sure.
Okay. Hopefully they'll have a large door.
We're outside seating.
When you approach the inn, you don't even see any windows on the building, actually. The door is pretty big. It is 8 feet tall. So I don't think it's quite tall enough for Black Trunk without crouching down and going in.
I don't know.
Will
if I
Black
would go
Trunk
in.
degrade himself that way by crouching?
I don't like the fact that there's no windows.
Right.
Does it look like it's 2 stories?
Yes, and the second story does have windows where clearly the rooms are to sleep in.
Is there a balcony?
Roll a d20 on a 19 or 20, and there is a balcony.
Is there a balcony where I can stand and have
No.
Black Trunk sing to me?
There is no balcony. So it has the sign of the tavern has just the bones of a fish, and this is called the Boneyard.
Ooh,
Nice establishment.
I like this place.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'll go up to the door and open it and make my way in.
Ugh.
When you walk in, it's pretty busy right now. You see a lot of different species hanging out: elves, humans, dwarves, halflings, gnomes, all hanging out, seemingly just talking. Seems like it's family dinner time because there's a bunch of families here, and in fact, you can see why there's no windows. The walls are covered with different like plaques and different like types of fish bones, different creatures from the ponds and rivers that are all just down to their bones, that litter the walls. And it has like a little blurb about each one, like what the name of the type of fish is and stuff like that. And some of them aren't even from this region. And they'll say they're from different areas and stuff like that.
So I'm going to peek, crouch down and peek in. What does the floor look like?
The floor is carpeted, actually.
I'm a bit embarrassed about being here with my muddy boots.
And it reeks, by the way. This whole thing does smell like fish. The whole place. It's kind of disgusting, actually. And the floors are stained. Yeah. No, there's no amount of cleaning that could ever get the fish smell out of here.
Thunk loves it.
The stains. Yeah, this is Thunk's haven right here.
Well, come on. Let's get up to the counter and discuss.
Cancel this.
Yes. I'll make my way up to the counter and see if I can see the bartender, waiter, dominatrix, innkeeper.
Yeah, you
whatever.
you see what it actually looks like. Well, not for you, but for Black Trunk and Thunk, it looks like somebody who may have been a pirate at some time. He is dressed almost like a pirate that you guys would have seen on the ship that you guys were on. Has a lot of scars on his face. His arms are all scarred up, possibly from different wounds he suffered while on a ship, whether from the ropes and just the hard work and making mistakes and getting caught up and stuff.
He's got the puffy shirt.
Yeah, the puffy shirt tucked in, white puffy shirt,
Yep.
with a vest over it. Yeah.
Yep. The eye patch and the hook for a hand.
No hook, no eye patch. Definitely has a scar around his eye, though. He's lucky to not have an eye patch. And he says, yes, welcome. You are new travelers.
Yeah, crunchy fish.
Oh, we've got plenty of crunchy fish. I've met some like you before. I've met some goblins in my time. You're here for the crawfish, aren't you?
Crunchy fish.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, we can definitely get you some. Do you want the special, the soup?
Sure.
Do you want the special ingredients in there? The surprise ingredients?
Oh.
Okay, you'll love it. I promise you. He turns to you, Serene, and says, fish eyeballs. Most people don't like the fish eyeballs left in the soup, but we keep it special for some people. And, I'm sure he'll love it. And he scoops out some soup for you, Thunk, and hands it over.
Oh.
Just some soup for me and bread.
Oh, you want some of the crawfish soup as well? Do you want the one with the special ingredient?
No, just simple, please.
Simple, okay. Now, Black Trunk, did you go in as well?
I'm still sticking. I've got my head peeked in. The door's
You're
still
like
open.
holding the door open and lumbering in.
I'm looking in, debating on whether I should come in or not. But since this guy's a pirate, I'm kind of intrigued.
So Thunk and Serene, you could sit at the bar. There is also a very small table in the center of the room that is available.
Thunk just kind of sits down right wherever the bowl of crawfish is set down in front of him. He's just
The bar is perfect.
both hand in it.
The ceiling at the bar is open, completely open, and you can see up top all the rooms on the exterior. So basically, there is no second floor over the center of this.
Right, it's
place.
like an interior banister going all the way.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. And you can see up at the top, there are candles that are all lit, hanging from the ceiling that light this place.
How much for a room for the evening?
Oh, not too much. A couple gold should be good.
Okay, I think we can use one then. Hey, Black Trunk, do you want anything?
Nope, I'm good. I'm basically going to be the doorman. So I'm just opening the door when people come out, Have a good day. Complimentary water if you need it. And then opening the doors, people come in and then look in, see what's going on.
So, what's your name, sir?
Oh, they call me Sailor Sam.
Well, Sailor Sam, nice to meet you. My name's Serene.
Nice to meet you.
We're here to get some gillflower.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hello.
We heard it was on some of those islands out there by the ruins.
Yeah, the northwestern island definitely has quite a bit around it, but I wouldn't advise going there.
What's up?
It's that horned toad.
A horned toad.
Yes, it's about 10 feet long. It can and probably will swallow you whole. It's got six legs. Yeah, about 4,000 pounds. The mayor's been offering a hefty reward for anyone who can take it down, but nobody has been able to do so.
That's a big toad stick.
Yeah, and she's not even fully mature
Toad
yet.
stick.
She's not even fully mature yet. So the concern is if she becomes fully mature and then has, lays eggs, then there's going to be a lot of those. And well, if you ever go down to the docks, you'll see why we have Ballista there, because if she gets close, well, we have to get her away from the town again.
I think it might be something we have to deal with, Thunk. The sooner the better.
I don't think you want to do
stuff.
that. I really don't think you want to do that. She is no joke.
I don't
Tell
have
me
that
about
big of
her.
a toad stick. I've only got a little one.
Tell me about her. What do we know about her so far?
She eats pretty much anything that's smaller than her.
And what do the ballistas do to her when they hit?
They pierce her, and she tends to go away.
About how many shots with the ballista does it take for her to leave?
That is a great question. I do not know, because typically when she approaches, they ring the bell, and people are told to hide and run. She can leap the walls here.
Good heavens, that's quite impressive.
She's 4,000 pounds. She is a hefty one.
Do they know where she stays?
Yes, Northwestern Island. The one with the gillflower.
Anything about that island of interest?
That is where she nests.
Okay. What about the ruins on the island?
I don't think there are any ruins on the island. Are you talking about around the lake?
Yes.
I don't know a lot about all that, but there are a few different sets of ruins on the other side.
What were they?
That is a great question. There was once another town on the north side of the lake, but I believe that these toads possibly have wiped that one out. See, these toads can knock full trees over. Now, there are other ruins that were forts and things like that on the west and northwest side. But yeah, those aren't standing, and I don't know how long ago they were. I don't know the history of it. I've only been in this town for about five years now. So.
Oh, were you a sailor?
I sure was.
Very impressive.
Yeah, I came here from Havlo. I didn't want to just go and work the docks over there, and I retired from sailing. I didn't have the money to take on that venture, but yeah, I decided to come here, and I worked at this tavern before the owner actually passed it on to me. So he passed away. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What was that, Sir Goblin?
Did the toad get him?
No, he just was old.
Oh.
He was also a former saillar.
It's
How
not
far
fun
is
when
this-
toads just you.
How far is this conversation happening away from me?
Maybe like 15 feet away.
Okay, so I'm probably hearing some of it.
Yeah.
So you see more of Trunk's upper torso inside the door as he hears something about things knocking trees over. He's leaning closer and closer into this conversation.
Would Black Trunk like to rage?
But yeah, there's all sorts of different things, you know, undead on that side of the lake. That's why there's not any, you know, towns or people living on that side of the lake.
I stand up. Where?
On the
Where are the
west,
undead?
on the west and northwest side of the lake.
Thunk, I know where we're going tomorrow.
Oh, I would not like to do that one.
It is my duty as a priestess of Shantae to go ahead and defeat all undead.
I want to see how it works.
Well, if you want Gillflower, there is the ruins on the northwestern side of the lake that you can get Gillflower at. Gillflower kind of grows between those ruins and that northwestern island out there. So, but those set of ruins I'm talking about specifically do have a pond next to them that you will find the Gillflower at.
What can you tell us about the undead? Where do they come from?
I don't know anything about it. I've never traveled to that side.
Do you know the house?
I've just heard what adventurers have said walking through here.
Let's see.
Nobody lets their children leave this town. I mean, when they're playing, they play within the walls. It's not until they're much older they're even allowed to exit the walls. No minors are allowed to leave, though.
Is there a church in town?
There is.
Really?
Yeah, there is a Temple of Light. You can go see the priest there.
All right, then. Thunk, tomorrow morning, remind me to go to the temple and speak with the priest.
Yeah, you're gonna hear like really loud slurping noise as he sucks a crawdad or crawfish tail into his mouth.
Also,
Very good. Oh, sir, how much do we owe you for the food and the lodging?
Just 3 gold would be more than enough.
All right. I'll pull out 3 gold and give it to him.
I'm assuming you're going to be here for a couple days if you're trying to travel to that side of the lake.
Most likely.
You can have the room for 3 days for 3 gold, and that covers your meals as well.
That's very nice of you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Should you need anything, I'm right here if you have any questions or if there's anything I can help you with. You can leave your stuff in your room at night. It'll be locked. Nobody will enter.
Thank you. Now, is there any way we can help you?
No, I don't seem to have anything at this time. Fish is stocked aplenty. My fishermen take good care of me. I don't need anything.
Well, if you can think of anything, let me know. I'm a very accomplished healer in my own right.
Ooh. Well, I will keep that in mind should I need any healing.
Thank you.
top notch. I banged my knees the other day. I had a big old scrape in it. All gone.
Oh. I could tell I'm going to like you, goblin guy.
Oh,
What's up with that book, though? It's a little bit ominous.
this is my book. Found it a long time ago. Smells good. Oh,
Interesting. Nice sword you have there, miss.
Thank you. It's not mine, it's a friend's, but they left it in my trust while they're gone.
Oh. Well, I hope that everything goes okay with them.
it was a lizard person.
A lizard person. Wow, you travel with the most odd folks, I swear.
Yes, it's been a rather interesting few days for me.
It's not every day we see a human traveling with a tree person, goblin, and a lizard folk.
Well, you know, you can't really judge people too harshly.
No.
Besides, there are many interesting people in this world. Often they need help and they can help others.
Sure. I mean, I see quite a few interesting people, but yeah, that is a new one for me.
Well,
So you're able to stay the night. I'm assuming you guys are sleeping right after you eat and stuff.
yeah, I'm gonna be tending to all of my gear, which is probably filthy because it is white and silver in color.
I'm assuming that like when this guy finishes this conversation and gets up and begins to walk away, he bumps into me as I've made my way like all the way in the tavern,
Right.
and then I just kind of smile and offer him some water.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Are you sure it's made with love?
No, I'm good. I'm just gonna have some of the ale, which is basically like water.
Nope.
Insight check.
It's a good fish eyeball.
All right,
Pass.
so yeah, the rest of the evening, pretty peaceful. Should you guys want baths or anything like that in your room, you can. Black Trunk, are you staying outside?
Yeah.
Okay. There's plenty of space outside of the tavern for you to like just dig in your roots and be comfortable. Now at nighttime, Black Trunk, you see that the streets are well lit. The docks are also well lit, and there are guards manning the ballista. at
Okay.
night. There are even at the end of the docks there are these large, not like street lamps, but they're kind of like street lamps, and they hang out over the water, and they light the water really well. You could put two and two together to figure out it's so if something approaches, they can see it,
They can
whether
see
it's
it.
underwater or not. Yeah. But yeah, it's a quiet night. And morning rolls around. And with that, though, we're going to take a little break. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So stay tuned, guys. All right, we're back. It is now morning, the next day. Black Trunk, you have gotten to witness all of the different sights and sounds of the town in the morning. People have noticed a large tree in the middle of town that was not there before. It has taken quite a few people by surprise. In fact, some people have even, assuming you did not move, went and sat under you and got some shade, even though, again, it's very early in the morning.
That's fine.
You want some water?
I would sit. I mean, I would position myself wherever their window was, so I could so they could look out and see me.
Perfect. Yes, they were able to do so. They're also able to get any breakfast or whatever they want in the morning. And yeah, so it is morning. What would you guys like to do? Serene, Thunk, Black Trunk. I'm assuming you guys meet outside with Black Trunk.
Yes.
Yeah, Thunk's like jumping up and down in front of Serene. He's like,
Because of dead people.
Hopefully soon. First, I'd like to speak with the clergy at the church, though, to find out what exactly it might be.
I'll learn about the dead people.
We clerics tend to know a great deal about them.
Ugh.
So you make your way over to the church. It is definitely the Temple of Light. It has a big sun kind of above the door. And when you walk in, because the doors are always open on the temple during the day, when you walk in, you see a robed figure standing in there. Probably middle-aged man. He's not extremely old, and he doesn't notice you guys. He's actually looking at his book and up at what looks like some stained glass as he's kind of going between his book and reading something. You can't hear him because you're seeing the back of his head, and so he's talking the other direction. But yeah.
Is there anyone else in the temple besides him that we see?
It does not look like it. It looks like it's just him. He is
I'm-
elven, by the way.
Oh, he's one of those.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna approach and say, good morning. Guten Morgen, wie geht es Ihnen?
Oh, it's good to see you. Welcome to the Temple of Light. You are not familiar here.
I'll
No, we were told there's an undead problem.
Well, that's the other side of the lake. We don't have that problem here, luckily. Yeah, over in the ruins of the old forts and stuff.
Well, I'm a cleric of Chantia, and I am here to deal with your undead problem.
Oh, I love that idea. I don't have anything I could offer in reward, but I could happily give you a potion or two, maybe some holy water for your travels. I do have to charge a small fee for that, but maybe 25 gold per potion of healing. I can whip up maybe 2 of them for you.
Well, more here for information, actually.
Oh.
Can
What-
we sample this holy water?
Him.
take a blast your decanter.
He grabs a large bowl out and he kind of dips his fingers in it and flicks it at you.
Okay.
Why don't you rate
It's
this holy
refreshing
water?
water. It's refreshing.
Thunk's like shaking one of Black Trunk's lower branches.
You could have him blast your decanter.
So what information are you hoping for?
What can you tell us about the undead? Where did they come from?
Just bad spirits and stuff on the other side of the lake.
What type of undead?
That is a great question. I have not been there, but I have heard there are all sorts of manner of undead over there. I've heard of skeletons. I have heard of variety of spirits over there. But I don't actually carry any specific information. We have a walled city here, so it's never been an issue, and nothing has come over here. In order for it to get here, it would have to cross the lake or the river south, and that has not happened.
Do you have any paladins of your church or clerics who reside here?
Not here, no. No, we do not have any anything other than guards.
Who's in charge of this town?
The mayor.
Okay.
He is an elected official here.
Where might he be?
Sometimes you can see him down at the tavern. Otherwise, he could be at City Hall, which is actually just across from the tavern.
Makes sense for this town.
He's going to try and sell you on taking out the giant toad.
That might be a possibility in the future, but for now our main concern is the undead.
Yeah.
Though the giant toad has been knocking over trees, if I hear correctly, and I'm going to side-eye Black Trunk.
Well, it is a large toad. They say that as they mature, which only takes about 40 years, they can grow to be about 15 feet long and up to 5,000 pounds. So they are very large creatures.
So then it's getting quite close to maturity then at 4,000.
Yes, it is a large creature. It's about 10 feet long and 6 legs. Could probably swallow at least the 2 of you whole. Your tree friend here would be a little bit more difficult. I'm sure it wouldn't like to swallow him. But yeah.
Very interesting.
The mayor's been offering this reward for some time, and even when this creature was not as large as it is now, nobody has returned from trying to take it on. People have sold their boats, their fishing boats, to adventurers to take it out, and nobody has been able to get it done.
I see. Well, I think the undead will be our first problem to deal with, and then maybe we might have a brilliant idea on how to deal with this toad.
Where are you going exactly for the undead? Like I said, there's lots of different places over there.
Really? Pray tell.
Well, there's the ruins on the west side. There's the ruins on the northwestern side. There's the ruins. There's a great tower much further away that nobody from this side of the lake has ever been to. Yeah, so there's a few things that are noteworthy.
What can you tell us about this tower?
I don't know anything at all about the tower. I just know there is a large tower over there. I don't even know the name of that tower.
Okay.
Does the town have any old records and books and like old scrolls?
No, this is not that civilized of a town. We don't have a lot of scholarly types here.
Well,
This is a fishing village. We also have a lot of craftsmen. We have some carpenters here. We do supply a lot of guards to Havlo.
I see.
So we are a working person's village. Education, secondary here.
Very true. Well then, I will bid you adieu, and I'll let you know how things go dealing with the undead problem.
So you don't want to buy any potions?
I don't think we have a need, thank you very much.
Ah, okay.
Too broke.
Gotcha.
Bad manner cleric.
Should you change your mind, come back and see me.
Thank you, we'll keep that in mind. And I'll leave.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tell Black Trunk and Thunk as we're leaving, that tower might be a location where the other wizard may have gone. Or there might be another part similar to Wolfhawk there.
Oh,
We should deal with this undead threat first so we can collect the gill flower. Then find out what other information is available on how many others there might be. Then either deal with those or deal with the toad. Then go ahead and find out what we can about this tower.
Thunk, being a sage, knows where he can find information about lore. Would he surmise that there might be an older fisherman down by the wharf who might know something? Or
So if you on the map there is. Do me a favor. Give me a straight intelligence roll.
right? I have my intelligence mod, right?
Yeah.
All right.
127.
Well, that was not a very good roll. That is a 2 plus a 5, so 7.
Don't forget your D4s!
You think that maybe some people in Havlo might be able to give you more information about these areas? Otherwise, you know of like the town of Froghast, which is multiple days north across a whole nother river. You also know of like a town named Timber Rock, where maybe there's some people there who might know something. But based on what you just heard, you do not think there is anybody in Lakeland who is well educated beyond word of mouth and things like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you've been a ruined town. We're going to find any more information.
Well, in that case, then, I think our path is clear. Let's get us a boat, head over to the ruins by the northwest, deal with this undead threat, and and after that's done, we can get the gill flower. That sound good to everyone?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Get a canoe.
Yes, let's head down to the dock, shall we?
All right. So you head down to towards the docks. They open the gate for you to get out of there. As you walk out there, you see people fishing at the end of the dock. You don't see anybody out on boats. You do see boats. They are tied off, but nobody is out on the water in a boat right now. As you kind of approach the docks, somebody kind of stops you and asks you, "Are you guys lost?"
We're looking for a boat. We're trying to get over to the northwest island by the ruins there. We're looking for gillflower.
Oh, gillflower. Are you looking to purchase a boat or pay for a trip to the other side?
How much is a trip?
That is a fantastic question. Let me look it up.
In metric.
I have good toe to tread.
Yeah, big toe. We have no need for a big toe.
That's delicious, trust me.
I will take your word on that. He walks you over to a guy who is sitting on a boat at this time. And as he takes you over to it, it doesn't say in here. I was hoping it said it in here, but it doesn't. He tells you he can take it to the other side for 1 gold.
All right. And this is the ruins with undead in it, correct?
There are all sorts of undead inside of all of the ruins on that side of the lake. I could not begin to tell you how many stories I have heard over the years, even as a little child, of the different horrors on that side of the lake.
I see.
Sounds fun.
Well, in that case, we should definitely take a trip on out there, see what we can find, see if we can deal with some of these for you.
Well, I can take you only so far. I will not tread into the waters by the toad, so I can take you directly across. There's a little fishing hut just west of here. A great scholar stays there. He knows all sorts of things about fish and things like that, and knows a lot about this lake. So I could take you over to him. Would that be a great drop-off point for you?
Good.
Excellent.
That'd be acceptable, thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of hidden in the woods a little bit, but I'll take you to his dock. You'll have to make your way up into the woods to his place if you want to ask him any questions.
That sounds quite good. Thank you.
if we look across the lake, can we see where this dock is? Or is it
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So, he tells you though. Yeah, it is 1 gold. Do you have 1 gold to spare?
Thunk,
Oh,
do you have a gold you can spare?
I suppose.
Like slowly pulls out his coin purse.
1.
That's correct.
He snatches it and says, "Thank you," and he puts it away in his coin purse. Says, "Hop on in the boat."
Does
How much
anyone,
psychic damage did Thunk take from that?
All
does
of it.
anyone have a mirror?
A mirror?
Wow. No.
I don't think so. Do you need a mirror for some reason?
Well, if there was a way to signal the other side, when we need a lift back for a boat.
Hmm.
That's true.
I'm glad you asked. Typically, what you could try to do is do a fire. There is a fire
No, that
pit.
is out of the question.
Why would that be out of the question? You just light some wood up, and we'll see the smoke.
It's not a fun.
And then you just smoke signal. You seem uncomfortable. Why are your branches shaking?
He is a bit of a tree. Yes.
Oh. I have an idea there. You talk to birds as well.
Yes, I can tell them to come over and give us a lift.
Yeah, so when we need them to come back, you tell a bird to come and land on that guy's head.
You will be visited by a sparrow.
On the third day, look to the east.
Well, if a sparrow lands on my boat, I will try to keep that in mind that it is you.
If his name is Jack, then you know it's the correct one.
I will have no way to communicate with such a creature.
Do the hokey pokey.
So you guys load up into the boat. You start moving out, and you see everybody watching you guys on the boat as you are leaving the docks, and you hear them whispering to each other, and even the fishermen stop and take a glance at you guys. And there's a kid there who looks worried and begins to cry as you guys head out on the water. And you guys are taken across. It's probably 300 yards across to this other spot where the dock is. When you get there, you see a fire pit on the right next to the water there. You can see like a footpath up into the woods, but you can't necessarily see the building that he was referring to when he drops you off.
The entire time, Serene's just holding on to both sides of the boat, white knuckles, terrified.
And when you look in the water, you see some very large fish. They're probably the size of your arm, Serene. They're pretty big.
Oh boy.
When you get to the other side, it's pretty quiet. Wildlife seems normal. Like there's birds in the trees, there's squirrels around. It doesn't seem dangerous right here at all. He drops you off at the dock and he proceeds to head back.
Thank you.
No problem. I'll see you soon.
Take a look around, see what type of manner of horrors are around us.
Yeah, you see a footpath up into the woods. You know that you would have to go around the river to get to any sort of ruins. And out, like right now, the southern part of this lake area is forest. Once you get around, you end up being outside of the forest and more in swampy areas. And that is where a lot of the ruins are. It could take you a day or two to get to the ruins you want.
Well, we need to head up the footpath anyway. Shall we?
Go talk to the scouter guy.
Yep. Well, let's go then.
The Bookman.
Okay.
I'll start making my way along the path.
Yep. So you head up the path. When you do, you see a small, home. No smoke coming from the chimney or anything like that. And the door is closed.
Thunk will eagerly walk up and start knocking the hell out of the door. Just
Hello, Bookman! Bookman, is on there?
Yeah, nobody answers.
Thunk?
Are there
Easy
windows?
now.
There are windows.
I'm going to go and peek in the window.
So because of your devil sight, you can see there is no light in there. You see through it, and you see what looks like a man in a bed. His back is to you. He's sleeping on his side, it looks like.
He's in bed. I don't know. He could be sleeping.
Is his chest moving?
You see his back only.
Is this... So this is like the early morning, I would assume.
Yes, it's still early morning. It didn't take long to get across the lake.
I look around the room. Does it look like...
It looks
anything-
normal. Yeah,
Okay.
there's like a book on the table. You see a cup and a plate that are clean. The book is closed. Yeah, it doesn't seem like anything is out of place.
So I'm assuming it's a glass window.
Yes.
I attempt to open it. Is it locked?
It is not. It slides right
Excuse me.
He does not seem to react.
How far away from me is he?
About 8 feet. It's a very
So-
small house.
I'm going to lean in as far as I can and try to tap him on the shoulder with my branch
You can do so.
arm to wake him up.
As you start nudging him, he falls to his back on the bed. He is unresponsive.
There's something wrong with him, Serene. You better get in here.
I'll run on in, casting light on my shield so I can see, hopefully.
You see a pale man who is unresponsive on his back.
Let me see. I run up to him and I'm gonna check and see if he's breathing and everything else.
There's no breath. He is cold to the touch.
Uh-oh.
He is
Does he
an
have a
older
pulse?
man, too.
Does he have a pulse?
No.
I think he's dead.
Oh, get all the fingers and toes.
Nope, Thunk, not yet. Let's see what do I see any injuries on him, or does he look like it died of natural causes?
No, give me a medicine check.
Ooh, I have +5 to that. Nat 20 +5, okay. 25.
No, it doesn't look like there's any wounds. His lips are blue. You believe it could have been natural causes. He was clearly in bed sleeping. You don't know if it happened last night or maybe even the previous night, though.
I think he died of lupus.
Thunk sawing off a toe.
Thunk, we need to... Okay, ransack the place, see if there's anything useful.
I found the sound.
Okay, give me an
Thunk will be
investigation
investigating.
check, Thunk. And you're
All
looking
right, I'm
specifically
actually good
for
at
shiny
those.
things.
Yeah, I'm looking for the shine, baby.
Yeah, no problem.
That is 17. 10 plus 7.
17. So you find a coin purse. One of the first things you find, and it is in his coat on the back of the chair. And it has 73 gold in it. Some of it's silver, but it comes out to be 70
There's a
gold.
big bag of sand.
Oh, very good. Work on dividing it up then. You can divide by 3, correct, Thunk?
Is that 1 and 1 and 1?
Or just put 1 and then 1 and make 3 piles of it.
Oh,
So he just plops it, just dumps it on the ground, sits cross-legged.
1 and 1.
While you're doing this,
Wow.
Thunk, you see a ring underneath the table. A shiny
Oh,
ring.
more sand.
He'll forget all about the pile of shine. Go get the ring and try and add it to the pile of shine.
It seemingly has almost like a brain on it. Like the shape of a brain on it.
That's a sweetmeat ring.
While this is going on, I'm taking 10 minutes to cast Detect Magic.
Mhm.
Because apparently this person was magical.
I'm assuming this is like a one-room shack.
Yes.
I'm going to walk around it just to see the outside, to see anything, look around. The ordinary, anything that shouldn't be there, any footsteps leading up to it that maybe wouldn't be his.
You see a pile of logs that might catch
There's
your
a bunch
attention.
of logs.
With an axe next to him.
Okay.
But no, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. Give me a perception check, though.
Perception. What is my perception?
Sand.
Oh, 13.
You see, carved in some of the trees are symbols of some sort around the property.
Oh, you do say that. Very good. I have Eyes of the Rune Keeper, so I can read all writing. Does that qualify?
Ooh, yes, that's great. So you know it's some sort of protection against undead. Some kind of arcane runes to protect you from undead.
It's his fanfic.
It's almost like undead might not be able to pass these barriers.
Okay.
Somewhere to run to.
All right. So I will return to the shed.
Okay. Inside, Serene, give me a investigation check.
Oh boy. Oh, my passive's high, unfortunately. But that is 14.
So you find a map that is rolled up. It is when you open it, it is of the lake and the surrounding places. Most of the writing on it, it is not legible. However, there's the one set of ruins that says Gillflower, and it does say Wraiths next to it.
Would I be aware what a wraith is?
Give me a Arcana check.
Oh, of course.
Sound at a bigger palace sound.
15.
You do not know what a Wraith is necessarily.
Okay. Undead of some kind, I assume.
You would know that much, yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't know anything about them.
Mm-hmm. Well, it appears that by the Gillflower there's also a wraith. Undead of some kind. That don't sound too friendly.
I believe this area is protected. There are runes that protect the protection from the undead on the trees outside. We would be safe here.
Well, it gives us somewhere to run back to in case things go pear-shaped. Well then, we have undead wraith by where we need to get the Gillflower. How are those piles coming along, Thunk?
One and one and one.
I thought as much. Well, let's make sure there's nothing else of use in this house. And my detect magic has found nothing else.
Correct.
Okay.
What does
The ring does glow.
Yeah.
What does Shanto say about the dead?
They're to be destroyed.
I poke our dead friend who we just met.
Well, he doesn't have to be destroyed. He can just be buried. Though I don't. How far out were the what's it called? Let's go. How far out were the runs from the house?
Well, about 20 feet
Okay,
around
we
the
should
whole
be-
perimeter.
I'm gonna look around. Can I find a shovel anywhere in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna find a shovel. Okay, I'll start digging if you want to get the body prepared.
Thunk's gonna saw off all the fingies and toes, and that's his best idea of body preparations.
You need to go back to work on your piles.
No use burying good fingers and toes.
Oh, good heavens. You can't keep going around eating humanoid fingies and toes.
But it tastes so good as the sweetmeat.
No, it's not right.
It's food.
Listen, do you want to be cursed?
I eat a lot of fingers and toes in my life, and I ain't never been cursed.
If you continue, you will be, though.
Not
I don't know.
long, it is food.
It is.
You should have seen Great Toe Thief. Goblin tried Peter. He ate whole piles of fingers and toes.
No, you. Yes, but it's not good. This person died. Their body should be respected.
Don't eat him. What's he gonna do with him?
Bury him with them.
I don't know.
Meanwhile, Thunk's like slowly sliding that brain ring onto his finger because he doesn't know any better.
Yep. So you put the ring on your finger. After you cut off fingers and toes, and Serene is out starting to dig a grave. How deep are you digging, Serene?
6 feet under.
All right, so it'll probably take you all day to do so. I would assume.
It takes quite a while.
I don't know how
It's
long it
rain,
takes to
though.
dig a hole like that, but I feel like it would take a day.
You probably, if you started around like 9, you're probably done by noon.
Yeah.
You think you could do it in 3 hours? Holy cow!
Yeah.
Yeah, depends on if it's really hard ground, but given the terrain we're in, it's pretty wet ground.
Probably wet.
Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, okay. Takes about 3 hours then. In that time, you feel smarter, Thunk. That is a ring of intellect +1.
Shit. So that gives me another point of intelligence?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm up to
21
now.
There you go.
Wow.
he's the smartest goblin person alive.
Yeah, smartest goblin that ever lived, probably.
You probably already were.
Right?
So yes, you're able to dig a grave and put the body in there. Does Thunk take the fingers and toes, or do you respect what Serene said and throw the fingers?
Oh
and
no,
toes?
he had cut him off before Serene had Serene was like prepped the body and she went to go start
still
digging.
kept
He
him?
cut them all off.
Yep.
Okay. Do you end up eating any?
Oh yeah, he'd probably eat about 3 or 4 of them while he's
Okay.
doing it.
Give me a con save 3 times.
All right. Nat 20 on the first one.
There you go.
Save is 12 on the second one,
Okay.
and 12 again on the third one.
Okay. Cool. They taste good to you.
It's delicious.
Probably like extra sweet even.
This is real sweetmeats. I gotta eat more old people.
It's
Um,
eggs.
Yeah, you.
Oh, cheese.
So you see that he's got like fishing rods, and you see off in the woods outside of his property. You actually see his boat that he has propped up against the side of his house. There's also what looks like a spot where he could cook fish and hang fish up over a fire, and things like that. plenty of tools if you guys need tools of normal mundane things.
I'm gonna look through his personal effects to see if I can figure out who this person is, other than the scholar.
Yeah, there's nothing that you see that has like his name on it.
Yeah.
No letters that are out to him or anything like that.
After
It's almost like
Thunk's
he may have
done-
been a hermit, based on what you see around this place. There's not a lot. There is what looks like a food dish that is on the floor. Like maybe he had an animal of some sort as a pet, but there is no pet inside of this place.
I wonder if the dog. That's the first thing I'll do, is the dog.
Does he have a pantry with food in it?
There is no pantry, no.
No. Does he have any food in the house?
At this time, you do find jerky.
Well, he wouldn't have much need to eat the dog unless he turned the dog into jerky.
Thunk's gonna sniff the jerky real long. Just does it smell like dog?
Give me a
Does it smell like Korean
give me
barbecue?
give me a perception check.
15, and I don't know if I have any bonuses to that. I have -1, so 14.
It does not smell like a dog to you.
Now, that old dog jerky.
Did the man look Korean or Chinese?
No.
Okay.
No, he looked like possibly from Lakeland.
Okay, so East German.
But he's an
Who's a-
elf.
Oh, disgusting.
So he's a Floridian, so he probably was into cannibalism.
Yeah.
I will go outside and kind of look around to see if there are any animals around, birds, wildlife that sort of hang out in the vicinity, not
Yeah.
past the.
Give me a perception check.
There is a very dirt-covered serene.
16. So you see, actually, up in a tree, you do see a small cat. It's like a white and brown cat.
Is it inside of the protection zone or outside?
It is inside the protection zone. It is on a tree that is marked.
Okay. I will go up to it and I will ask it, who are you?
I am Snuffles.
Do you live here, Snuffles?
I do.
Can you tell me what happened to your master?
He has not opened the door for 3 days. I think he is dead.
And you didn't eat him?
I could not get into the house, and I would not eat him. He gave me fish.
Ooh.
What did he do?
Just read a lot. He'd sometimes travel across the lake, come back with a new book, come home with fish, feed me fish, give me lots of pets and scratches behind the ears. He was very quiet. Unless he was talking to me, of course.
Have you ever seen any of the undead things that are supposed to be around here?
No. Not in my lifetime. He told me something once about creatures that used to walk up here. But he learned this trick to put these old etchings into the trees. That is why sometimes you see a lot of squirrels and stuff congregate here. And that is why he got my services, so I could keep them away from here.
Keep the squirrels away.
Oh, yes. They would scratch holes in his house. Sometimes the other animals, like raccoons, would take the fish that were on the rack outside. But those don't come around here anymore either. I've caught bunnies and left them for him at the door before.
Oh.
I'm a good hunter.
Well, we currently are staying at his residence. I could open the door if you wish to pay your last respects.
Well, that would be great. Maybe you could get me some of the jerky that's in there too.
I will. Why don't you stay behind me first?
Yeah, that green creature over there. I'm a little leery on him. I saw him holding fingers and toes. I believe I saw him eat one, bone and all.
He has eccentric tastes.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't try to eat me. I'm gonna stay up here for now.
I will speak to him, and he will hopefully leave you be.
I would appreciate that.
So I would walk back in and look at Thunk as he is doing Thunk things.
Yeah, he's like picking a chunk of fingernail out of his
Gross.
teeth.
The cat tells you too, if you just leave the window open for him, that would be great, so he could travel in and out when he needs to.
Okay. The deceased had a cat who may enter. Please don't eat it.
But they're so tasty.
Don't eat this one.
Fine. If I hadn't just eaten a whole bunch of fingies and tours, I would say no, but I'm full right now.
Okay.
The cat enters.
Seductively.
The cat then turns to you, Black Trunk. Can he just communicate with you freely now at this point? Is that how that works?
I think so. You have the ability to communicate in limited manner with beasts and plants. They can understand the meaning of your words. You can understand basic concepts and ideas from them.
He starts scratching at the floorboard underneath the bed and looking at you and meowing.
What is it?
It is my master's. Underneath the floor.
I think I read a story about this. I get very concerned.
He has a staff you can keep.
Oh. It's not the telltale heart. So yeah, I can't imagine. I don't know if I can even get in this shack.
It is fairly tall, actually.
Okay, so I could reach in and like try to move the floorboards. And...
Yeah. It pops up pretty easily, actually. And when it does, you see a wooden staff, quarterstaff.
Okay.
It does have like it's very nicely done. It has a nice grip all along it.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks very old.
I'm really into old wood.
I see you like older trees.
Well, this is nice. Does he have any more secrets?
No, just this one. He used to keep this under there.
I can find out what it does.
That would be most helpful.
Yeah. Can you cast Identify as a ritual, can't you?
I do not know. It would have a ritual
so I'll
tag
take the
on
10
it.
minutes to cast it as a ritual. I think it does. Let me double check.
Okay.
Yep, it do. I can take 10 minutes and find out what it is for him.
Okay. So this is the staff of the adder. It requires attunement by a cleric, druid, or warlock.
It's a staff of spiders.
No, not spiders.
No, snakes.
Yeah.
I was thinking he was Thunk, so I was like, yeah.
You can animate it into a poisonous snake for 1 minute.
Make the snake for about a minute.
As a
That's
bonus
poisonous.
action. Yep.
You can do it really quick. You got to bond with it though.
Okay.
The cat then, as he sees you take it, proceeds to say, "All right, I'm going to leave now." And he walks out.
Doodles!
Just leave the window open.
I will. Okay.
Did you want something, Key?
No,
Nope.
thank you. Swallow the finger. Taste the finger.
Anything else you guys want to do here?
Thunk will look around and see what kind of books are here now that all the shine has been investigated.
So there's not a lot of books. It's almost like he would get books in town and trade them with people, maybe, or something.
Like a library.
Yeah, but you already heard there's no library. So maybe he didn't stop at that town. Maybe he went somewhere else. So there's only a couple books here right now. One is a book that it's all fiction, like stories. They're not like educational books whatsoever.
This one's butt paper.
The lusty lizard folk, of course.
You know it.
Volume 1 and 2, bound in leather.
The Dwarves' Secret.
Oh my.
So when we take this guy out, I will have covered his hands and feet with some sort of linen. So just for the off chance that somebody comes by and
Nice.
sees that they're missing, you know.
By the way, the books are all love now. Like they're all like smut books too. Like something.
They're all butt paper.
Yeah, basically. They're romance novels.
Ooh. What type of romance novels?
Black Trunk looks at them, and then when everybody's turned their back, he grabs one of the books and sticks it in his trunk.
Yes. Probably the one that was most appealing to you was about the forbidden love of the forest.
Yes.
Woodsman waifus. That's the manga version. Okay, well, does everyone have what they need from here?
I
Found
found this staff.
Okay.
I believe it turns into a serpent.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool ability. What do you want to do with it?
I can't use it.
You can use it if you want to. I can use it, probably.
It works for clerics, warlocks, and druids.
It's a very specific group of people.
Yes. Very classist.
It is. As a member of the ecclesiarchy, I do not care. Now, so then, do you want it, Black Trunk?
Oh, no.
It does have a serpent head at the one end, by the way.
What you're saying is serpentine.
Right. The only thing I can think of is that I don't know if Serene would want to use it because of what it might represent.
Ah, yes, of course. Why would she not? I mean, come now. It gets very lonely on these clerical nights.
I Wasn't even going there, but apparently it was.
We know where Josh's head always is.
We know where my
Yeah.
head is.
Staves
Along-
in general are pretty phallic.
They are. It's like the Harry Potter broomstick, it vibrates. Would you like to use it, Black Trunk? Is that yes?
I'm just kind of I'm seeing what it actually does. It's a melee weapon, so
I can use it if you'd rather have me use it.
I think I don't foresee myself in melee combat.
Okay,
So I think you would be best to use it. I think.
I will take the holy stick and just continue my large number of magical items requiring attunement, apparently.
How many do you have now?
I have 3 now.
What are your 3 items? You have that, the sword.
And the Amulet of the Devout.
And what's that one do again?
That gives me a +1 to all of my cleric spells and abilities and checks and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, I'll attune to the staff of seductive snack. Okay, has a reach of 5 feet. Your supplies attack on a hit. Take 1d6 piercing. Okay, that's actually better for me than the sword. And the aura.
Oh, now you can Gandalf it. You can staff in one hand, sword in the other.
You shall not pass! Fly, you fools! Okay. Well, anyway, undead hordes. Yes, that's what they were. Show me.
All right. How do you want? Do you want to try and go like along the water line, or what is your plan of attack to get around to there? It's about a day out before you're at those ruins, and it's you can tell on the map that it's swampy, so you would assume it's difficult terrain. So it might even take more than a day.
Yeah.
What does it
And
take
there's
us
no-
about?
Before I leave, I am going to take either like an etching or whatever it is, when you put a piece of paper up and you do the whole thing of what these symbols are, if there's more than one, because we may need them.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking around the campsite.
Mhm.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check as you try to do this.
Is this
You are
Curtis'
able to
turn?
find coal,
Yeah.
or burnt wood that you can use as coal.
Do you tell anyone that you're going to do this?
Yes.
I cast guidance on him.
Thank you.
Okay.
I need it.
Thunk, would you like to help him
This
with this?
guy,
seem
I tell you,
proficient
I
with
don't.
Arcana?
This is definitely the die not to use as a DM, because that's a natural 20. It's like
That's
the
like
fourth
3 or
or
4, yeah.
yeah.
Did you remember your D4s?
You are
Remember
able
your
to
D4?
jot all the symbols down.
Okay. So there was more than one.
Yes.
Yes.
There were different ones on different trees.
Okay. So I would maybe surmise that you need them all in some sort of pattern or something.
Yes.
Okay.
You would probably also know it requires some kind of a ritual or enchantment to do it as well.
Okay.
So you would need to be a ritual caster to do that.
We do have a Thunk.
I don't know. Does a warlock is a warlock a ritual caster?
No. I think
Okay, I have no
clerics-
idea.
I think clerics, druids, and wizards are the only 3.
No, on
Okay.
second thought, it's probably better if I do it because Thunk would probably not complete the ritual so the undead can meet him.
Yeah, he also can't read with his
That is
21
true.
intelligence.
21 intelligence, illiterate.
Still can't read.
I think he just
Yeah.
lacks confidence.
Probably.
Being a goblin, he just doesn't believe he can, even though he can read really
Yeah.
well.
Well, yeah, he definitely reads his own spell book, but like he only reads the parts of the spell book that he already knows. He doesn't read any further because he just doesn't think he can figure it out.
But then he
Doesn't
like
believe.
all of a sudden does one day.
Right? He just figures another piece of the book out after staring at it for a long time.
Yep.
So he's got a complete wizard spell book. It's just he doesn't know most of it.
Right.
Well then, does everyone have what they need?
Oh,
Okay. Off we go. What seems like, looking at the path, that we can avoid the most swamp?
I mean, you would have to go really far out of your way to avoid any of it.
So we're
and
better
it would
off
add
taking the
days. So you just either have to take. There's two ways you can do this. You can take the water by boat.
Okay.
But you're crossing into that area near the
Toad.
possibly. Yep. And the other way is if you stay on land, kinda. But again, it's swampy and muddy and cold and wet. And you could do that kind of either along the water or step away from the water a bit to go up there.
Okay, we should probably take a route that follows the river area, but avoids the horned toad of nastiness.
Oh,
Very well.
can I get a piece of background? It's gonna take a lot longer for me to walk through the map.
Okay.
So Thunk hops on top of Black Trunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys start walking, and it's just clop, clop, clop through the mud. Like, it's loud as hell. Like, there is almost no way to be quiet with Black Trunk and Serene trudging through the mud and clay. There's some spots that there's like embankments and slopes that are kind of slippery. There's pools of water that are just stagnant. Like, especially as it gets dark this first day, there are mosquitoes everywhere. There is not a good place to set up camp. You're not going to be able to stay dry. It is just gross.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you probably love it. Yes, Black Trunk loves it. But for the other two, it is pretty miserable conditions when it comes to trying to stay warm, not get attacked by bugs, all of that awesome stuff. Night falls. Do you guys try to set up a camp of some sort?
There's nowhere to really set up a camp effectively here, is there?
Not in a sense of getting a good night's rest.
Yeah, so there's no point in us trying to at the moment. We're better off just pushing through for right now.
Okay.
I'll
Are you
cast
using
light on my shield.
Okay,
I can see.
so you use a light as a light source on your shield.
Yeah.
As you are walking, you hear howling in the distance, and when I say in the distance, it sounds like it's really far away. However, just moments later, you see out of the corner of your eye, moving between trees, you see a large mass of fur. And we're going to end the session right there.
Bad dog.
So you guys have made it about a third of the way towards the ruins you're trying to get to. You will all suffer a level of exhaustion before morning because you didn't rest. However, even if you rested, you were probably going to suffer a level of exhaustion, just so you know. Because of like the mosquito bites and every terrible thing you can think of for not actually sleeping.
I don't need to sleep.
Yeah, I know. You're the only one, though, that is not affected by that. So with that, though, guys, if this is your first time, smash that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time we play in just a few weeks. Game on.
Oh.